Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Fridays ski industry news videos. I had to take a week off last week as we were wrapping up our snowboard test,
Yep.
which was a lot of fun to put together and happens to be the first topic of the week this week.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, so we made a snowboard test.
Yeah.
Which you might be sitting there wondering, like, how did you do that? Bob and I didn't really test any of the snowboards. We kind of just oversaw the whole process, and we had a lot of great help.
Yeah, and it was a very good learning experience, I would say, for at least me, and I'd guess for you as well.
Yep, learned a lot.
Yeah.
We were very lucky to have the help of JG.
Yeah, he seems to know more about snowboards than pretty much anyone else on the planet.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, legendary snowboard designer, worked for Burton for a long, long time. So big thanks to JG for all the help. I would venture a guess that he's not watching. I don't know.
We'll see in the comments.
I don't know. Yeah, JG, send me a text if you watch these. I doubt it, but I don't know. How's it going if you do? So, yeah, I don't know. Check out the snowboard test. It's very similar to our ski test, just much smaller. I think we had a total of 60 boards.
Yeah.
5 manufacturers.
Yeah, the brands, I think, is the biggest difference.
Yeah.
We're just not quite there from a retail standpoint yet, but
Right.
we're getting there.
I don't even know if there are 20 snowboard brands, which is a
Right.
good example of my knowledge of snowboarding.
Yeah.
Are there?
I bet there's 20.
We'll try and up those numbers.
All
We
right.
got rookie numbers here. But no, it was a lot of fun. We joke, but it was a lot of fun to put together, and pretty proud of how it came out. And yeah, couldn't have done it without the help of snowboarders on the staff and
Yeah.
a bunch of local snowboarders here in Stowe.
Yeah, it's amazing how much knowledge and enthusiasm there is, even just within this building here.
Yep. And this community. Great snowboard community here in
Absolutely.
Stowe.
Yep.
A lot of history. So that's it for the first topic of the week. The next two topics I think are kind of interesting. They both are sort of piggybacking off of topics that have become more like themes over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So this first one, Mount Bachelor will offer 2 tiers of pricing for lift tickets based on one's willingness to sign a liability waiver. So this is kind of, on the heels of the uptick in lawsuits that we've had. And it's really interesting. What do you think about this?
It seems like they're just getting you to buy insurance.
It's like backwards insurance.
It's backward. You're paying $110 for a ticket instead of $100 or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and that extra $10 goes towards liability insurance.
Yep.
Whereas but then the tricky part is if you don't buy it, or no, if you do buy it, then are you allowed to sue them? Like, what's the limit of the liability?
My assumption is no.
Right.
That if you sign that liability waiver, you're waiving any rights to sue them for personal injury.
It seems like it's covering them more than it is like a benefit for the ticket purchaser.
I think the only benefit for the ticket purchaser is if you want to save some money.
Right.
And you personally can't foresee a situation where you would want to sue the resort.
Yeah, I don't know. Slippery slope, sticky situation.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty clear to me that somebody in the Mount Bachelor loss prevention department was like, okay, look, here's the percentage of people that sue us. Here's the average expense of these lawsuits. So if you break that down to total skier visits, we need X number of money from all these people to cover these potential lawsuits.
It's crazy.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. And yeah, be really interested in everyone's opinion of this. So
Yeah.
leave a comment if you have some thoughts. And then third topic of the week, kind of similar but a different theme. Aspen has announced the return of Tenants for Turns. So this is basically a housing incentive program. So anyone who can provide housing for an Aspen employee will get their choice of an Aspen Snowmass Premier Pass, 10 single day vouchers, or a $1,200 credit towards any Aspen-owned business. It's a significant incentive.
Well, yeah, but how does it stack up compared to short-term rental potential?
Right.
So that's
You're
kind
going to
of,
make way more than $1,200 extra.
if you're in it for the money.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
That's an excellent point.
as in, I was thinking about this before I knew about this topic driving to work this morning. I'm driving through Stowe thinking to myself, look at all of these empty homes, these second homes, third homes, whatever they are. Like, there needs to be some type of, whether it's tax or something like this, some type of incentive that gets people, employees specifically, into these houses. And like, this is a good idea, but it would still be, like, these people would still be doing, like, it's more like a charity at that point. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll open this up to
Yep.
the employees. Sooner or later, there's not going to be anyone here to work. So then, it doesn't matter how many homes you have, you're not going to be able to take the lifts.
Right.
Because there's going to be no one to turn them on.
Right.
So, it's an interesting concept. I think it's a good idea. Is it enough of an incentive
Right.
versus what you can make on a short-term rental?
Yeah.
Like-
And I would agree with you that somebody that's strictly financially focused,
Right.
no.
No.
They're
That's
gonna
one
look-
weekend.
They're going to look at that and laugh and
Yeah.
be like, no.
I make that in one night
Right.
versus the whole season.
Still an interesting concept.
Yep.
We didn't find too many details on a couple things that we were wondering about, but I'm wondering about like the limit. Like, what if you own an apartment building with like 100 units in it and you rent to 100?
I thought I saw it say it's up to 3.
Oh, okay. I
But-
may have missed that.
But that
part.
might be per
per unit or
per
building.
dwelling.
Right.
So if you own multiple units, and I think the idea is to get more employees housing. That Aspen's not too worried about the free passes. That they're
No.
much more worried about housing their employees.
100%. Because same thing for Aspen. Like, they can't run the lifts.
Right.
Like, giving out a free season pass is nothing compared to not operating.
Correct.
Those are drastically different things. So, yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about that, too. Maybe you live in the Aspen area. Maybe you've participated in this program before.
Yeah.
Be really interested to hear from you. And then lastly, we have an article on the inertia.com highlighting the upcoming female ski film Nexus. We shared the trailer to this movie 2 weeks ago. I can't remember, actually. And really cool. So it's not just starring exclusively women. It was created almost entirely by women, which is historically a stark contrast to ski movie production.
I found it ironic that the article for this was written by a dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. You just can't escape this boys club.
No.
And there's so much room for parity and equity, and it's just like, it's frustrating.
Yep. But, steps in the right direction, I suppose.
Yep.
So I am excited to see the movie.
Yeah, me too.
The trailer looks really good.
Yep.
And with that, we'll just move right into our edits of the week because we got 5? 4?
There were quite a few.
I think there were
I saw.
4, and I added an extra one. So first we have the trailer for Ski the East, Promised Land, and Lappin'. So these are basically 2 webisode series that it's been a couple of years since Ski the East has put out like a series of short films throughout the season. So they're getting back to that, which I think is great because that's really like the roots of the company. So this is the trailer that we actually have highlighted in this week's news. Yesterday, they actually released the full Promised Land video, which happens to be pretty much exclusively at Stowe.
It's always cool seeing the backyard stuff.
Yep, absolutely. And like everyone in it is like a pretty good friend
Right.
of the
Yep.
business or somebody that works here
Yep.
or something. So that's
Yeah.
fun. And yeah, like every single line they ski in that movie, except for
Yeah.
like one. That one, the Pat Toporowski line off the nose. No one
Yep.
skied that thing. Somebody skied it in this. That was the only thing that jumped out to me as like, oh, I've never skied that.
Right.
It's like rarely skiable.
No, there needs to be some good snow for that.
Yep. So check those out. And then we have Feel Real trailer. This is from Blank Collective. We've hosted some Blank Collective premieres here in Stowe. They always put out really good movies.
Yep.
Awesome relationship with the Solomon athletes. And then we have the teaser for Eulogy of a Steep Skier, which I thought was a weird name for a ski movie, but it seems more positive than my initial.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
it's not all awful.
No, I was like, do I even want to watch this trailer? But actually, it looks like a really good movie. Just kind of the story of a few friends and how they've gone in different directions. And like one of them's like, yeah, I don't want to ski that stuff anymore. I'm gonna go over there and ski that fun stuff.
Yeah,
which I can really get behind.
I relate.
Yeah, I'm a big go over there and ski that fun stuff type of guy. And then lastly, we have the trailer for the final film from Strictly. This is more of a, I'd say, kind of new school film company.
Yep.
Kind of felt like they took the place of like Stepped Collective. And their final film is called Delete and looks really good.
Yeah, cool urban stuff in there.
Yep, urban, backcountry jumps.
Yep.
All that kind of ski movie stuff. And that's it for this week's Top 5 Fridays. Bob and I were just down in Killington today, checking out the basin. We hadn't been down there before. I've been in the building, but it's been like 5 or 6 years, I think.
Yeah, I'd never been in there before.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty cool
space.
spot.
Yeah. We had lunch right next door.
Yeah, a little bit of frost on the top of the mountain this morning.
Yeah.
So
I heard we were up walking around the base area of Killington, and I heard a lift operator saying that it was snowing at the top of Ram's Head.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was. I mean, today felt cold. I mean,
Yeah.
we were windows up and jackets on for sure.
Yep. Yep. But there were still people riding their bikes.
That looked cold too.
Enjoying the downhill part.
Yep.
It looked freezing. You won't find me riding my bike when it's 40 degrees, at least not lift service downhill.
At least they all looked like properly bundled. I mean, they were
Saw a lot
they
of
were
winter
thick.
coats.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were pretty thickly dressed.
Yep. But yeah, that was really fun for us, and keep an eye out for more announcements about the basin, more
Killington
joint
stuff.
events,
Yep.
more stuff in Killington.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try and have some sort of demo day. They've like already got it planned.
Yeah.
They're just like, we got a demo day. We're
Right.
like, cool.
We always forget that they're open in like early November.
Right. You're like, you want to come skiing in
We have
November
another
11th.
month here.
Yep. So that'll be really fun. If you ski in the Killington area, maybe you'll catch Bob and I and the rest of the crew down there.
Yep.
So that's it. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.